Hello, this is Valerie, and I'm going to be putting together the Scalloped Layers Easter egg box card. And I've got all the different layers laid out here. This is the backing, and then these are the two inside layers, and then this is going to be the front of the box. And so I'm going to set these aside for a moment, and we'll do the back. And on the back, you're going to have, this all comes in one piece. And it's going to, I'm actually going to flip it over because this is textured cardstock. And I want the texture to be on the sides. And so I'm turning it over and I'm going to fold along the score lines. And then there's two tabs on the end. And I'll fold those. And then we'll work on putting the layers on the inside. And at the top, we're going to start with the very first layer that's going to go on is this one. And what I did was I added pop dots. I already added them to the back. And so I'm going to take the little layers off that and we'll apply it. And what I'm going to do is line it up along the top here. And then we'll press it down. And then these two layers are going to go on the front. And this is going to go on top of here. And so I'll glue that. And I'm going to line that up. I'll line it up along the top. But it's going to show a scallop underneath here. And then just like on the green, I added some pop dots for the layer. And these are thinner because I figured since it's going on top of the green, I would just do kind of a thinner pop dot. Then I'm going to line that up along the top, and then I'll press that down. And then we have two layers down below. And so I'm going to glue this onto its backing. And on this one, you'll line up along the edges and the bottom so that the scallop shows above it. There we go. Now I'm going to press that down, and then the same thing, I have pop dots on this. And I'm going to line that up. This does not go down all the way to the bottom, but just along the edges here. I'll press that down. And then so we have the back done. And now I'm going to work on the inserts. And I'll do the back insert first. I've already put the flowers together. I'll show how to put those together on these. But the first thing I do is add the inside panels. Because the flowers are going to go over the top of them. It's kind of handy too to fold these tabs up so that you know where you're going to line up the front panels or the insert panels. Do that with the pink and now the green. And then I'm going to add the leaves. Sometimes it's nice to use a pair of tweezers for these smaller parts. But there's going to be 3 leaves on this layer. And I'll line them up along these edges. Whoops. Okay, and then we have the flower, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the biggest petals in the back. I'm going to line that up with those. And just kind of press it down there. Okay, and so that's going to be ready. And now the front insert. On this one, we'll be putting those flowers together. But first, I'm going to add the panels. And again, I would fold these tabs up just for reference on where to put the panels. There we go, and now the leaves. On this layer, there's 2 leaves. One is going to go here, and one is going to go opposite. And I don't know if you can see this. This is kind of the bottom pointy part. That's going to go and act as the bottom of the leaf. So I'll put it this direction. There, now we're ready to work on these flowers. This pink one is going to have a yellow center, and the white one is going to have the pink center. And what I like to do is take my straight edge spatula here, and I just kind of curl and give some dimension to the petals. Whoops. And then I'll put a dot of glue right in the middle and add that layer. See if you can see this on camera. Okay. And then we'll do the top layer, the smallest one. Put a dot of glue. Press that down, and now it's ready for the center. Very tiny piece. So it's easier to put the dot of glue on the flower and then put the center on. Okay, and that's going to go there, but I'm going to do the small flower first. And the same thing, I'm going to kind of curl the edges a little bit. There we go. Okay, so this is the back layer. So I'll put a dot of glue, add the next layer of petals, add another dot of glue, and add the front petals. There we go. And now I'll add the yellow center for this one. Okay, and so what I like to do when I'm adding these two, I like to add the bigger one first. So I'm going to put some glue on the back here and put this on. And like the other one, I'm going to line those back petals up with the layers in the back there. And then add the pink one, and that's going to be more towards the front. And I'm going to take off that tiny little notch. And this here is going to be the front layer, or the front insert, and then we'll work on the very front of the card here. Add our pink layer. And then the green. Oh, and this does come with 2 printable tags for the front. You'll get a blank one, so if you have a quote that you want to put on yourself, you'll be able to cut the shape out and stamp a greeting or do whatever you want with that. But we also include 2 printables, one that's Happy Easter and Easter Blessings. And so what I'll do first is put that tag layer together. So the pink is going to go on the purple. And this purple layer has a really tiny scallop all the way around the edges. And then we'll put the sentiment on the front. And then when we add that, we're going to put it there, and then we'll put another flower right here. And so I'll get this flower put together first. And then the back flower. Okay. So I'll take this layer and put it on the back. A little bit of an offset. Add this top petals. And then the center of the flower. Okay. And now when I add the sentiment on the front, I want to make sure it doesn't go below the bottom of this. So when I do that, you can see I'm making sure it's not going to cause the card to rise up. We'll put on the flower, and then we'll put on the leaf. Put the flower off to the side. And then we'll tuck in the leaf. And then on that, I'll just put some glue on the end of the leaf. And then just tuck it in behind the petals. Okay, and so now we're ready to assemble the card. And so to do that, these two cards, or these two layers, are going to be put in first. And on the back layer, the back insert, I'm actually going to fold these tabs back. And then what I do is I line this up where the edges are all straight. And this is tucked right up against this edge. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. It's right up against there. Okay. And then I'm going to add glue to this tab on the front here. And I'm going to fold this piece over. And press that down until the glue adheres really well. And then on this side, I'm going to put the tab on and fold it under. Or excuse me, I'm going to put the glue on the tab and fold that under. Press that down. And then when you want to double check that it's on right, and just kind of let it go back and forth like this. And then when you turn it up to stand, it should stay up. And then on the front, for the front insert, here's the tab that is on the ends of this back layer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this tab up against that edge there. And so instead of doing it the other way, like on the other one, I think yeah, I can't explain it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on the back of this one. And so this is going to lay flat. And I'm going to line it up. So it's all even along the bottom there. And then when I go to fold this whole card over, then I'm going to put glue on the back of this tab here. Oop, my glue. I use a jar that has a sponge in the bottom, and then sometimes I add a piece of paper towel down there, and it keeps the tip of my glue bottle moist. Okay, and anyway, we put the glue on the back of the tab. We're folding that down, and this tab will still fold up. And now we're ready to add the very front of the card. And so I'm going to fold it this way so those flowers aren't in the way. But the tabs, this one is folded forward this way. This one is flat. And I just put glue on those two tabs. And then I at the front, just kind of line that up there. And again, all straight along the bottom. And there, we're all done. Then And you'll find a link to this card in the details below on this YouTube video. And I hope you enjoy. Thanks.